All right, Forbes, can we just get a opening statement from you, and then we'll open the floor up to questions?
Yeah, okay. I thought our team came out ready to play today, especially offensively. We won the first 4 minutes by 8, the middle 8 by 12. We finished the first half scoring 9 out of our last 10 possessions. At halftime, we were scoring 1.5 points per possession on offense. We obviously shot the three at a high level. I thought we did a great job of sharing the basketball. I thought we relaxed a little bit in the first half because things were coming a little bit too easy, and I think we relaxed and then we turned it back up and thought we played pretty well the rest of the time. We had 19 assists on 29 baskets. That's it's pretty darn good. It's great to have Matthew Marsh back out there, on the court. First time he's gotten to play. He didn't even get a scrimmage against South Carolina. He didn't get an exhibition. You guys got to understand something. He missed 13 weeks of practice. If you think about this, now he missed 8 weeks in the summer, 5 weeks with the concussion or whatever it was. So I thought he did pretty darn well, and he can really. I thought he did a great job defensively. For the most part, it was just a good team win. It was great to get everybody in the game pretty much, and take your questions.
Steve, starting with Kadeem, did you have a sense shortly after Wednesday's game that he'd be available to you? And how about Marsh's progression to today?
Yeah, I wasn't sure on Kadeem that early. I knew about the x-rays. They look good, but you didn't, you just never know, how he's going to recover from that. I think he rode the bike on Thursday, didn't practice. Friday, he practiced a little bit, and then he came and did pregame practice today, and felt like it was his choice, and he wanted to play, which doesn't surprise me. He's a tough kid, and I was very happy about that because he's starting to play, at a really high level. Matthew had been practicing, just wasn't cleared to play on Wednesday, so I knew he would be able to play today, and I was glad to be able to get him in there, and I think he can really help us. As you guys can see, he's a big guy, man, and he goes and gets that ball with two hands, and he's got a chance. That kid's got a chance to be a good player.
Coach, what did you think of Davian Williamson offensively? I thought he did a good job of involving his teammates and getting to his own spots.
Yeah, Davian, wow, he had 16. What do you have? 18 points, 6-11, 4 for 7 from three, shooting I think he's shooting about 70% from three on the year. He's just a really unselfish player. He didn't have any turnovers today. He had 4 steals. He's just playing at a high level. The thing that made me the most proud was they tried to go isolation basketball on us. And the guy I don't know who it was, tried to back Davian down into the basket, and he couldn't do it. David kept a strong chest, didn't foul him, and it made him either turn it over or shoot a tough shot. He couldn't have done that a year ago, or freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. And that's what the added strength has done. But I'm really proud of the kid. He's leading. It's not something he's always led by example, but now he's leading vocally, and he's really starting to put it all together.
Steve, speaking of last year, you said there were points, I think the Pitt game comes to mind, where out of necessity, you guys had to shoot a lot of threes. 35 tonight, but you guys were hitting them. I think 11 of 18 in the first half, 46 on the game percent-wise. Do you think there are going to be games this year out of necessity you guys are going to have to attempt the three ball like you did tonight?
Well, I think it's how we're defended. And they're a heavy help team. They're very gapped up. We move the ball, we drive it, we play off two, and we find the open shooter. That's what motion is. It's taking what the defense gives you. There's going to be teams like when we scrimmaged South Carolina. We just drove it to the basket because we had them spread out and they put a lot of ball pressure. I think it just really, to answer your question, Josh, it just depends on the game. And if they're going to play zone. They played a little bit of zone. We threw over the top and made threes. We didn't run anything. We just ran motion. And I think that's the credit to this team being able to execute motion at a high level. It's hard to scout that, because it's not predictable. It's not a set play. And so players making plays. And I thought that's what we did tonight from three. We got out and ran in transition. We got some in transition. We got some in the half court. We moved the ball, shared the ball, and we stepped up and made them.
Do you feel that this year's team has flexibility to play different kinds of ways that last year's team didn't?
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about last year anymore. Yeah, it's not even comparable. These guys can play a lot of different ways, and we've been really trying to push the ball in transition, push the ball even on makes, playing so much faster. We're scoring a lot of points, and we can do it in a lot of different ways from a lot of different people. Jake didn't score the ball like he scored the ball on last time we played, but Davian did, Museus, Isaiah did, and everybody was worried about how he was playing. I wasn't, and he proved it tonight. And so we gotta get a lot better. Come on, I mean, it's 4 games in the season, but the point that we're at right now, I like where we're at.
Thank you.
Steve, I just got to the hotel, so I hadn't had a chance to watch a second. I'll watch the game a little bit later tonight. But I see you have 19 assists on 29 made baskets. Your team consistently seems to be sharing the ball and having fun with each other. I'm assuming that makes you pretty pleased.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to go into a locker room where everybody's excited and happy for everybody else's success. And it's a lot more fun when you share the ball. Everybody gets involved in the offense, and so, that's the way we've always played. My teams have always played that way. And, these guys have really embraced it. They do I know this is kind of a funny thing to say, but they do a good job, as good a job as any team I've ever had so far, just finding the hot guy. Does that make sense? Like Jake will pass up shots because Davey made 2 or 3 in a row. Londos will do the same thing. They're good at, feeding the hot hand, and not saying, well, it's my turn. There's not a lot of my turn shots. And now we'll see. I mean, what's today? Oh, today's my sister's birthday, by the way. I need to call her. Is today the 20th? Yeah. Dang.
Is that your sister Amy who ruined your baseball?
She's not really happy with me about that baseball story, so you know that. My mom intervened on this conversation via text the other day. Yeah, I mean, on this day, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Coach, how valuable is it to be able to start the season off at home and not have to leave 4 straight games and then one on Tuesday? How valuable is that in building a rhythm to start the season?
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. I couldn't understand your question. I apologize.
He asked, how good is it to start the first 4 games at home and Tuesday being the 5th, building some type of rhythm?
Yeah, I got it. It's been great, and that's how we built this year's schedule. You guys got to understand too, when you build a schedule, you're building it last year, right? Before the season's over. And maybe a little bit in the spring. So we didn't really know where we were going to be at, roster wise, who was returning. Also, we hadn't played in front of our fans since I've been the head coach, except a little bit, at the end with COVID, with maybe Georgia Tech. So we made the schedule so that we could get off not only to a good start. We always want to get off to a good start, but get off to a good start with our fans in our community and our students, and get a chance for them to come out here and watch these guys play. And I would ask you to come watch them play. They're fun to watch. They're fun to coach. And I'm pretty sure that's what everybody wants to see. And so come on out. And if you've been coming out, that's awesome. We appreciate everybody that comes. Next time you come, drag somebody with you. And let's get excited about this team.
Anything else, guys?
All right,
All
fellas.
right, all good. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we got Isaiah Museus. Any questions for Isaiah?
Hey, how good did it feel to get going tonight, man?
What'd you say? Hold on, it was blurry.
How good did it feel to get going tonight, especially from deep?
Oh man, it felt great. I mean, I've been putting in so much work day in and day out. I mean, every single day, just working extra hard and putting up those extra shots and at night and in the morning and coming in the times that I have off. And, just continue to be confident in myself. And I got going tonight, and I think that's just tested the work I put in every day.
Hey, Isaiah, talk about your activity on defense. I saw you doing a lot on that end of the ball tonight, man.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, I told everybody at the beginning before the season started that I wanted to be, one all defensive team. So I'm gonna continue to pride myself on that, no matter if I get going offensively or not. And I think that's something that I wanted to have consistent every single night. And I've been doing that exactly what I said from before. So.
Zay, you showed a lot of passion and emotion earlier. I think you yelled a couple times after the rebound. You got fouled on the offensive rebound, and then after a block down here, maybe you drew an offensive foul, and then you got going yourself offensively. How good did it feel to play that well on both ends today?
Man, I mean, it felt amazing. I think that passion and that energy is something that I've had since I was a little kid. I mean, Kevin Garnett was my favorite player, and him just having that energy and just doing everything, the little things on the court, is something that I always modeled and challenged myself to do. So, I brought that energy again tonight, and I'm just going to continue to do that and bring that energy, on both ends of the floor every single night.
Hey, what have you seen from your team now that you guys are 4-0? What have you seen in this start?
A super, super talented team. I mean, you're talking about we've had, I think, 7 or 6 different leading scorers in the past 4 games. I think that might be right. So, yeah, we're talented. We got 8 different options that can give you 30 points any night. And I think having that amount of options that can really score the ball like that is really deadly. So I think, we're super talented, and we love playing with each other for sure.
That was going to be my question. Seems like you guys have a lot of fun out there. How fun is this for you, for a guy who's been here and been through some ups and downs?
Man, I mean, it's amazing just having a team who just is unselfish and doesn't matter and doesn't really care who's shining. I mean, the walk-ons come in and we are up just cheering, dancing, laughing, and encouraging them to just continue to have confidence in themselves. And I think that just shows that each and every one of us just breathe confidence into each other every single night. And, having that type of team dynamic is important. And I think that's something that will have us go a long way this season.
Can you talk about the way Matthew Marsh played in his first college game?
That's a big boy. Like, that's all I can really say is like, there's a big human. Like he's going to be amazing. Like he works every single day. He's a strong kid. He's taking his time, offensively and defensively, and he's learning. But you can't teach size. There's one thing you cannot teach, the size, and something that he has, and he's going to be effective, being able to be strong down there in the paint for sure.
Anything else for Isaiah? All right. Thank you,
Thanks,
Isaiah.
Appreciate it.